Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on this wonderful Wednesday morning as far as markets are concerned. I'm your host, Shail Bhatnagar. Let's take a peek into what the Nifty and the Bank Nifty are likely to do in today's trade. As usual, we start with the daily chart of the Nifty. Yesterday was a fantastic day. For the fourth consecutive session in a row, the Nifty closed in the green, adding 126 points to its tally and closing somewhere like 24,700. In the past four sessions, about 600 points in the green have been added by the index, and given the fact that today is the weekly expiry of the Bank Nifty, the markets are likely to pause, digest these gains before moving higher. Now let's first look at cues that are coming in from Wall Street as also other asset classes. There was a modest and too flat close as far as Wall Street is concerned. Nothing much of consequence came out from the Dow Jones Index, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, mainly because they itself over the past 2 weeks or so have been in a consistent uptrend, and we are expecting some kind of consolidation at that level as well. Now, what are exciting are cues that are coming in from the commodity markets. I'll request the PCR to fire the chart of gold prices. Gold futures are now at a record high above the $2,500 per ounce level, and that's mainly because of consistent weakness in the dollar index. When you look at this index at about 102, 101.05, it's at its lowest since December 27th, 2023. And the reason why the dollar index is weakening is because the Wall Street is pegging in a rate cut to the tune of 0.25% or 0.5% by the US Federal Reserve in September. That's causing a lot of positive movement in gold because they are linked in a reverse manner. Cues coming in from crude oil markets are also fairly good for Indian equity markets. Out of the last 6 sessions, 5 have been in a red tick as far as crude oil prices are concerned, at $72.5 to a barrel. As far as NYMEX crude is concerned, this is very, very good news for OMCs such as Indian Oil Corporation, BPCL and HPCL. Remember, the higher the crude goes, the difficult it becomes for OMCs, and it is better for ONGC and Oil India. So it's a contentious relationship, but today we will be focusing on the oil marketing companies. They are at a record high in any case. Now, what else is expected in the market? Let's look at the Bank Nifty chart. Again, an uptick of about 1150 points over the last 4 green sessions. The index itself is facing the weekly expiry today, and it's most likely to consolidate and digest these gains that have come in. What needs to be done is to look at sectors where a lot of money is moving in, and they remain 2, which is defense and IT. A lot of decent valuations, inflows of fresh capital coming into frontline, mid cap and small cap IT as well as pharma counters, and this money is moving away mainly from defense stocks such as Mass Talk, such as Garden Reach Builders, such as Cochin Shipyard. So profit booking on that side, and of course an inflow of fresh funds into these sectors over the last 1 week. These are the cues that are coming in from various markets. So you need to watch out for a flat to consolidated range bound trade on both major indices. Focus on the long side as far as pharma and IT stocks are concerned. Remember, TCS is Nifty's top gainer over the last 5 working sessions. Not only is it at a record high, but the stock itself has appreciated 5% in the past 5 trading sessions. What are the other stocks that I'm looking at as far as markets are concerned? You will see hectic activity in P&B Housing. Existing shareholder General Atlantic Partners from Singapore is now selling its remaining stake somewhere between 5.1% to 5.2% at a 5% discount to yesterday's closing price, which turns out to be 775 rupees. It's basically an exit trade, and this is what needs to be noted. Let's look at the chart of P&B Housing Finance over a longer period of time. You've seen the stock appreciate about 27.6% from September 23 to current levels, and this is the price that we saw on yesterday's trade, which is somewhere in the vicinity of 810 rupees. Also, an important transaction that is going to occur is on the original equipment manufacturer in the brown goods space, which is Scient DLM. Scient was recently listed. The parent Scient is selling a 14.5% stake as far as the trade is concerned to a whole host of large investors. The deal is valued at about 861 crore rupees, and the promoter will be bringing its stake down to 52%. So these are the two main stocks that are, as far as markets are concerned, under my watch. Let's now get to our guests. We are joined by Mr. Gaurang Shah, Senior Vice President for Geojit Financial Services, who will look at the intricacies of the markets on the fundamental side. And joining us also is Mr. Kiran Jani, Head of Technical Research at JNM Broking. नमस्ते गौरांग जी, स्वागत आपका। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने सुबह अपना कीमती समय निकाला। शुभ प्रभात। बताइए कैसा लग रहा है बाजार में? वापस 600 पॉइंट की तेजी पिछले 4 दिनों में, अब क्या कहता है आपको निफ्टी का सूचकांक? अच्छा, नमस्कार गौरांग जी। मेरे ख्याल से ऐसा करते हैं, वी विल फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विद मिस्टर किरण जानी एंड देन आई थिंक गौरांग कैन हेयर अस। नमस्कार गौरांग जी, आपका स्वागत, शुभ प्रभात और नमस्कार। किस हिसाब से आप बाजार में सेंटिमेंट को देखते? पिछले 4 दिनों में निफ्टी ने लगभग 600 पॉइंट अर्जित करे हैं हरे निशान की तरफ। किस हिसाब से बाजार आपको अपने दायरे बंद ट्रेंड में दिखता है?
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद शैल जी आपका। आप सभी को प्रणाम और शुभ प्रभात हमारे तरफ से। और इस सोमवार को यानी कि परसों के दिन शैल जी, हमने एक हफ्ते का ब्यौरा हमारी कंपनी की जो यूट्यूब पे चैनल है जियोजिट स्पॉटलाइट, वहां पर हमने बाजार को लेकर के ये वक्तव्य बताया था कि अगर हम 24,625 के पार जाते हैं और पार जा करके अगर हम बंद देते हैं तो शायद 24,750 और 24,850 ये स्तर हमें देखने बहुत जल्द मिलेगा। और अगर आप सोमवार से रुझान देखें बाजार का, तो मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सकारात्मक रुझान हमें देखा है। बाजार के साथ साथ क्षेत्र के आधार पर कुछ स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक भी काफी कुछ हरकत दिखाई दी। अभी आप सायंत की जिक्र कर रहे थे, मेरे ख्याल से इस प्रकार से आने वाले भविष्य में और भी रुझान होता हुआ नजर आएगा। आप पिछले 2 दिनों से क्योंकि बाजार ने ऊपरी स्तर देखे, तो शायद आज थोड़ी बहुत छोटी मुनाफा वसूली की चपट में आ सकता है, लेकिन जब तक हम 24,550 और 24,500 के ऊपर टिके हुए हैं, मेरे ख्याल से आपका पलड़ा जो है वो ऊपर की तरफ झुकाव होना चाहिए। और मुझे आश्चर्य नहीं होगा शैल जी, शायद हम सक्षम है एक नया सर्वोच्चम स्तर बनाने के लिए।
गौरांग जी, आप अपनी हेल्थ की बड़ी खास ध्यान रखते हैं, वरना घी शक्कर तो मैं आपको ज़रूर भेजता। ऐसा करता हूँ, आजकल डिजिटल ज़माना है तो उसका फ़ोटो ही भेज दूंगा ताकि मेरे को भी तसल्ली हो जाए और आपको भी खुशी हो जाए कि वज़न भी नहीं बढ़ा और स्वाद भी आ गया। तो मुंह में घी शक्कर, अगर सूचकांक नई दृष्टि से और नई तेज़ी से एक नए शिखर पर पहुंचता है, बिल्कुल सही मौका है। किरण जी का स्वागत करते हैं। गुड मॉर्निंग टू यू किरण जी, अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू यू सर। योर व्यू ऑन द निफ्टी? Gaurang feels we'll have a record high fairly soon. How do you see the index? And maybe if you can share just 1 or 2 trades for today's session, sir.
Very good morning everyone. So overall market was into the falling channel, but since last couple of days we are seeing that market is back into the height of higher bottom formations, which is uptrend. Also we have seen that Nifty broken down its 20 days moving average to very fairly good support at 50 days moving average, and from there it is trading in very bullish chart pattern again, and since last 2 days market is sustaining about 20 days moving average also. With that, Bank Nifty also taken a very good support at 100 days moving average, made a bullish reversal candlesticks pattern over there also, and we are also witnessing bullish hidden divergence on momentum indicator, which is also suggesting that Bank Nifty can touch somewhere around 51,200 to 51,300. However, the PCR ratio is still in below 1, so we are waiting for momentum to come into the market. So there will be the conditional buy. If market keeps sustaining about 26,500, then only you can go long. Keep very strict stop loss below 24,500. If Nifty breaks down those levels, then we can expect again a profit booking time can come again. So keep very strict stop loss of 24,500, and we are waiting for target of 24,800 and so on. And coming to the Bank Nifty is in underperformance. However, yesterday's closing is very strong closing from the Bank Nifty. 50,800 was the clear-cut resistance, and now yesterday market sustained above that. Momentum indicator is also getting into the bullish zone on lower time frame. So one can go long aggressively on Bank Nifty at current market price. Keep very strict stop loss of 50,400. If for intraday basis 50,400 intact, then we can expect a price target of 51,200, 300 in a day also. So buy on dip would be the strategy for Bank Nifty with the strict stop loss of 50,400. Coming to the stock specific, we like two stocks. One is from the large cap front, which is HUL. If you look at the HUL chart pattern, since last couple of months, or I can say at least for a week, it is trading into the very narrow zone, and the momentum indicator is taking very good support in bullish zone only. It has also a hidden bullish divergence at current market price. So we are liking Hindustan Unilever. One can go aggressive long on HUL at current market price, looking for target of 2790. And keep strict stop loss of 2720. So it's a trading call only. So that's why we are giving a very near stop loss 2720 only, and we are looking for target of 2800 kind of in a day or two. Another stock, Vijaya Diagnostic. This stock we have discussed 15 days back when the stock price was trading somewhere around 800, and from that now the stock price is at 880, 885. At current market price, we are again seeing that price has given a breakout of double bottom pattern. Since last June month, Vijaya Diagnostic into the consolidation zone. Now the breakout is coming. So at current market price, one can go long. Keep strict stop loss of 870, and we are looking for target of 940. It is not for just an intraday call. You can hold this stock for the 2-3 days, and we are expecting price target of 940 during this time, and with the stop loss of 870. So Vijaya Diagnostic and HUL both are our preferred buy calls.
Okay, this is the view that is coming in from Kiranji. Of course, we remember a very strong call that you gave on Vijaya Diagnostics. Getting Gaurang into the conversation. Gaurang, a very, very strong delivery-led buying happening in TCS. The counter is at a record high. Is this still a space where momentum needs to be chased as far as IT is concerned? You've always been on the long side of the trade, not only in the market but also in the software sector. What looks good as of now?
Honestly, Shail, I think whether it is IT or any other sector, I don't think you should chase any sector, because in doing so, you end up taking some wrong decisions, and maybe you might feel your hands and fingers burnt out. And it is always prudent to have a very disciplined approach as far as investing is concerned. And I think over the last 2 years, we have discussed IT sector number of times. And, Shail, to be very honest, whenever there is a lot of pessimism, within me, I get a lot of optimism. And that's one of the reasons why we've been positive on IT, I think, and the result speaks for itself. And history is witness, Shail. There are no miracles in the stock market. You need to identify investment opportunities, and you need to give it time. That's how, you making profit is different thing, Shail. You creating wealth is something what the art of investing is all about. And had you taken my advice or our advice 2 years back, I think you would be possibly very comfortably placed in your drawing room, putting your legs on the table and sipping a nice Arabica coffee. So we were positive then, we are positive now.
Yeah.
And I think the environment is likely to change as far as earnings is concerned, Shell. I think second half FY25 would be more optimistic. And I'm quite sure post second half, you will have a lot of voices on the street talking about IT as an investment idea.
Okay, Gaurang, just to inform you, I had a very, very strong cup of filter coffee just now. It's impossible for me to tuck my legs up and sort of also have a conversation with you and Kiranji, but I get the drift. Kiranji, let's get you into the conversation. Within the large cap space in IT, what would be your favorite pick? And mid cap IT, what looks good? This seems to be a trend that is gathering pace, at least for the medium to long term. What are the charts of the IT index and one or two stocks that you prefer telling you?
So first, let's discuss about the Nifty IT. We have seen previously that Nifty IT was performing, but within the Nifty IT, we have seen that Nifty midcap has given a very good return, and the large cap stocks like Infosys, TCS, and Wipro was into the consolidation zone. And now again, when the IT index is rising, we are seeing that mid-cap stocks are not rising, but the catch-up rally is coming into the large-cap IT. And we are liking this large-cap IT since last couple of months. And we are also recommending TCS, Infosys, HCL Technology, and Wipro. Now discuss one by one. So first, Nifty IT, based on level or based on daily chart price, it's a big consolidation or a rounding bottom pattern breakout is already there. On shorter time frame, you can see the cup and handle pattern breakout is there. So unless market is not breaking 40,000 level, we can expect 42,000 to 43,000 in upcoming time. And if you look at the long horizon chart, like weekly or monthly, we can again expect a target of 43,000 to 44,000 in upcoming time also. So Nifty IT is fairly into the bullish zone. Definitely one can utilize this particular upcoming bull run and keep buying on dips on your the large cap IT. Now within the large cap IT, we are like Wipro at current market price. Wipro is forming or giving a breakout from rounding bottom pattern on daily chart price. We have seen that from 580 level to stock price corrected to 480 level, where stock price taken a support of 100 days moving average with positive divergence on a momentum indicator. Now stock price is giving breakout from its rounding bottom pattern on the lower time frame. So if price holding 500 level, then we can expect price target of 600 level. So at current market price, which is 520, one can go long. Keep strict stop loss of 500, and for the target of 600, one can go long on Wipro. Another stock which we are liking, that is HCL Technology. So looking at HCL Technology, the stock price had made and given a breakout from cup and handle pattern number one. Previously in February month, HCL Technology made a resistance of 1600. Now stock again trading above 1600 level. Since last 5 days volume, if you look at the every day, the volume is higher than the previous 20 days average volume, which is clearly indicating the price action or price volume breakout. So HCL Technology at current market price or any dips towards 1650 would be the great level to enter into the HCL Technology. Keep strict stop loss of 1600, and we can expect price target of 1800, 1900 in upcoming time. So Wipro and HCL Technology both are our preferred pick.
Okay, so these are the two frontline counters that find appreciation from Kiran as far as monthly and weekly charts are concerned. Remember, these are long-term picks. This is not for today or tomorrow. Gaurang, coming to your view on metal, we've seen almost carnage happening on a lot of PSU metal companies, Steel Authority, NALCO, NMDC in particular, mainly because of the retrospective judgment that came in by the Supreme Court on royalty and mining fee, as also a global sell-off in metals. At these deflated prices, is anything worthwhile to be added to the long-term portfolio? What looks good to you in the metal space?
So, Shell, I think there are a lot of news flows from China in terms of excess capacity and most likelihood of dumping across the globe from China. And there is also news flows in terms of demand supply mismatch, which has actually kept the metal prices, both ferrous and non-ferrous, in the commodity market a little bit subdued. Along with that, you had the domestic news flow in terms of the Supreme Court giving out a verdict in terms of state levy and royalties to be given from 2005, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard and read that right. So that may create a little bit of concern in the near term, Shell. There is absolutely no denying. But from a long term point of view, my sense is that we are possibly placed in terms of investment idea, if you will. First of all, I think it will be prudent on my part to advise BTTV viewers and investors that if you decide to invest in metal sector, you need to have at least 1.5, 2 year, 2.5 year kind of a time horizon, because it may take that much of time to possibly perform.
Fair point, and that's the reason why I ask. Pre-open is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. It's a minor, modest 81 point downtick at 24,625 as far as the Nifty is concerned. Let's look at stocks that are pegging the Nifty back on the weekly expiry of the Bank Nifty, as also T-1 for Nifty. Okay, TCS is down 2%, 44.32, 91 rupees lower. It shouldn't be worrisome because the counters gained very, very rapidly in the last 5 sessions, adding 5%. The market taking back some of those gains. HDFC Bank is 27 rupees lower, 16.10. How about Reliance? A rupee 1 percentage point, no, it's a rupee lower at 29.21. What is in the green? Infosys, 17.8 higher, 18.90. So apart from Infosys, nothing looks good on the strong side as far as the top 10 index super heavyweights are concerned. Tata Motors 0.5% higher, 1092. L&T almost 0.8% higher, 3600, up 27 points. This is what I see. Let us wait for these prices to settle down. Nifty is a sensible, just 40 points lower, helped on the green side by Infosys in particular. Let's look at the top gainers in the NSE 500 space. It's a modest day. I can't see anything worthwhile so far. Okay, Petronet LNG is 2.2% higher, 386.80. Aarti Industries, remember, was beaten black and blue. A bit of a relief coming in, 2% higher, 634.8. Capi Global 4% higher at 214. Tata Power has had a ratings upgrade from S&P 500, S&P Singapore, 1.35% higher, 428. Amongst the most active counters, you have okay, the same set of stocks. Okay, P&B Housing I'd like to mark, 1.6% higher, 824. Remember, a block deal worth 1,030 crores is likely. General Atlantic Partners is cleaning out its shareholding in this company to the extent of between 4.5 to 4.6%. The trade is expected to happen at a 5% discount, 775. Let's look at the F&O space. The Nifty is improving dramatically now, almost flat, just 3 points lower. It will soon be in the green. Top gainers in the F&O space, the same set of stocks, nothing much to talk about. What we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for the prices to settle down and then get into a conversation about individual stocks. But coming to Gaurang, any view on P&B Housing? This used to be one of your favorites, and it's done phenomenally well over the last 3-4 years. A clean out trade happening, which means newer investors will come in with better hopes and better expectations from the counter. What is your view on P&B Housing?
So, Shail, we definitely we had a coverage on P&B Housing, but after the uptick, our prices were in place. Our targets, I beg your pardon, was in place, and we have given out profit booking, and the coverage is dropped from there on. But since you've chosen HFCs, that is housing finance companies, there are two prominent players on which we have fundamental buy coverage, and that is Canfin Homes and LIC Housing Finance. I think the improvement in real estate sector will throw its positivities on housing finance companies, paint companies, sanitary ware companies, pipes and fitting, ceramic, whole host of positives on related sectors which are associated with real estate sector.
Okay, 905, ladies and gentlemen, the Nifty flat as flat can be. Let's see how it goes. A couple of stocks that I'd like to mark now as far as the most active trades are concerned on the red side. Okay, Metropolis is 1% lower, 2070.5. Bharti Airtel a percentage point lower, 1436.10. Let's look at the losers on the FNO side, that on the cash side. That will give you an idea what the market is thinking. This is a good time as any to mark. Cochin Shipyard 1.66% lower, 2040. Mazgaon Dock 2 percentage points lower, 4215, and Garden Reach 2 percentage points lower, 1750. Gaurang, this deserves your attention mainly because you have been one of those unrestrained bulls, especially on Cochin Shipyard. Normal profit booking that's happening. At least people like us expect this kind of a shave off from most recent highs. But is the investment thesis now getting a bit vitiated, or would you want to again enter Cochin at these levels? I think the record high is 2,800 rupees.
Shail, the recent pessimistic noise pollution on defense counter overall has made our conviction even much more stronger. And whenever there is pessimism, my optimism comes to its peak. And that's what I said, Shail, that making profit is something else, but creating wealth is altogether a different story and ball game. So we remain optimistic on the entire defense space. We've discussed quite a few names over here. Cochin Shipyard, incidentally, has gone under a review, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is under review. So I won't be able to comment specifically given the regulation constraints. But let me say this again. I mean, this is not a direct recommendation, but just referring to those strong names. And not to forget, Shail, the stocks which we are talking about are correcting 5, 10, 15, 20%, or maybe even 30% going into the future. This correction has come in after a rally of 200%, 250, 300%. So what are we crying for? I mean, if you don't have the grit to surrender maybe a part of that rally of 300%, then I think you should introspect and think for yourself whether you want to become an investor in a market, or whether you want to become a trader, or you want to become a confused person altogether on the street. So, I mean, given the rally, if it has to correct another 15%, so what? The growth story still remains intact, Shail. I think whether it is Mazgaon Docks, Cochin Shipyard, Garden Reach, Bharat Dynamics, Hindustan Aeronautics, BEML, BEL, or likewise any other private player. These are just the strong names that I'm speaking about. This is not a recommendation, Shail. I'll again repeat. But this growth story is here to stay for another 3 to 5 years, and maybe after that even more.
Fair point. So let's for a moment de-link the price action from the underlying fundamentals. The action, of course, was borne by intense enthusiasm and momentum on the long side. Some of that has shaved off, and some of that still remains. Kiranji, amongst the shipbuilders, Cochin Grasim, Cochin, Garden Reach, and Mazgaon Docks, is more pain in the offing?
So as Gaurang sir also said, all three stock prices has given a fairly good return, like 200%, 300%, and from that level, now we are witnessing a profit booking, and the profit booking is a part of the game also. So at current market price, we are also not advising to enter in either stock. One can wait for the Cochin Shipyard. One can wait for the GRSC, Garden Rich Shipping. If any dips comes towards 1100, 1200 level, where the 200 DMA is also lies, So we would like to go long at those prices, not at current market prices. Current market price is somewhere around 1700. So we again want to hold only, wait and watch. If stock price comes down somewhere around 1200 at least, then we would like to go long on GRSC. Mazgaon Dock and Cochin Shipyard, we will wait for some more corrections or some deeper price also. So as of now, we would not like to highlight which prices to be entered, but there is certainly going to happen that these prices can come down very strongly and very lower level, because it has already given a very good return in 7 8 months, and generally we have seen after such return either prices corrected so deeply, or the stock prices goes into the consolidation zone. So either things can happen, and out of this three stock, Garden Rich looks very good at somewhere around 1200 level. So we will like to go long on Garden Rich if we will get those prices.
Fair point. We will wait for pauses and prices to happen, and it's a fact that people made more than very serious money on the long side, and just as momentum on the long side is something that the markets desire, one must also be ready for this kind of profit booking. So ladies and gentlemen, it's an even Stevens calls on defense. Remember, there are two funds, one also in the pipeline, which is coming out with the defense sector play. So let us hope sanity will prevail. Ladies and gentlemen, 9:11 now. Let's just look at some other prices in the market, and then again get back to our experts. The Nifty has settled 18 points lower on T-1. It will look at its weekly expiry tomorrow. The Bank Nifty, whose weekly expiry is today, is settling 136 points lower, 50,666. Remember, both indices have rallied for 4 successive sessions. The Nifty has added 600 points. The Bank Nifty has added 1150 points. Time for the market to take some of that froth back, and perhaps this is the day. Let's look at the PSU segment. Let's look at gains. Okay, P&B Housing is the top settled trade in the green, 2% higher, 1827. You have a mild uptick on NIACL, the government insurer, 261.83%. What's on the downside? It's okay, the same three stocks: Garden Reach, Mazgaon and Cochin Shipyard, along with NHPC 1.5% lower. Let's get into the conversation with Gaurang. Gaurang, anything that catches your attention in the pharma space? One of the fantastic performances coming in over the last 22 trading sessions in pharma. What is your view, sir?
Well, so I think this has also seen a rally like IT, and in times of uncertainty, of course, when the market was range bound between 24,000 and 23,900 on the lower side and 24,400, 24,500 on the higher side, we had the spotlight fixed on the pharma and IT, the so-called flight to safety heaven sectors, and the numbers also were quite impressive as far as some of the pharma names are concerned. So among the mid-cap names, we like Zydus Wellness, Zydus Life, Aurobindo, Natco, Glenmark. These are some of the mid-cap pharma names that we are quite optimistic on, but they have rallied. If you have investments, you can continue to hold on. And amongst the frontline names, I think 4 prominent players: Sun Pharma, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, and Divi's Laboratories. But I'll also request all your viewers and investors that if you have pharma on your radar, you should also have healthcare, that is hospitals, and names like Apollo, Narayan Rudalaya, and Fortis Healthcare. I think they go hand in hand.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the major wealth creators over the last 15-18 months have been hospitals. Some of them have doubled, some of them have actually given even better returns. Kiranji, before markets open, very quickly, your top pharma pick in the mid cap and the large cap space.
So we already discussed about the domestic is have a tailwind of this pharma only. The large cap pharma which we like, that is Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma was into the very trading into the very narrow range since July month, and yesterday we have seen prices has given a breakout from that particular zone or that particular range. So Sun Pharma looks very good at current market price. One can go long at current market price, or any tips towards 1750 would be the great opportunity to enter into the Sun Pharma. Keep strict stop loss of 1720, and looking at chart pattern, we can expect target of 1820, 1830 in upcoming time. So Sun Pharma looks very good. One can go long at Sun Pharma, and VGR diagnostic we already discussed.
Okay, 9:15, ladies and gentlemen, the prices are upon us. Nifty opens 24 points lower, 24,673. This is T-1 for it. Nifty Bank 100 points lower, 50,692 on its weekly expiry. A mild red tick on the IT and the Nifty 500. Nothing to be worried about. Let's drill a little deeper into the markets. Okay, let's look at the index heavyweights first. HDFC Bank almost 5 rupees lower, 1633. How about Reliance? Almost 9 rupees lower, 2982. How about Infosys? Flat, 1871. What's in the green? So these were the three major index heavyweights which were in the red. Okay, Tata Motors 1091, 5 rupees higher. ITC in the green, a rupee higher. L&T 13 rupees 30 higher, 35.86. So about even Stevens on the top 10 index heavyweights. 5 are in the green, 5 are in the red. The Nifty is flat as flat can be. Let's shift focus to cash counters. Okay, now Cyient Limited needs to be watched because it is going to get money from the 14.5% stake sale worth about 861 crore rupees. That's why it's the top gainer, 5.5% higher at 2030. P&B Housing 5% higher, 851. There is a clean out trade from General Atlantic Partners. Both these counters are looking good. How about something interesting on the most active side? Okay, as far as prices are concerned, there's an unusual stock, Nuvama. This is a wealth management company. For some reason which I am not aware of, it's the top traded counter, down 4.5%, 62.40. We'll try and find out what's happened. Let's look at what is trading in terms of strength. Okay, Angel One 3.7% higher, 2,800 for you. There is a green tick on Garden Reach Shipbuilders, ladies and gentlemen. I think celebrating Gaurang's presence on the show. 2.5% higher, 1824. How about BEML? 2.35% higher, 3857. The Nifty is back in the green, ladies and gentlemen, and that's primarily driven by Lever, ITC and Infosys which are in the green, and a mild recovery on HDFC Bank from day's lows. Okay, all-time highs. Petronet L&T 1% higher, Glenmark 0.5% higher, 1646. ICICI Pru, Life Insurance and Trent. These are the 4 record highs that I see in early trade. How about defense? Let's drill a little deeper. Okay, is it a dead cat bounce? I don't know, but I'm for certain that Cochin Shipyard is rising because Gaurang is with us. 2.9% higher, 2136. After a very severe sell-off on Cochin, Garden Reach and Mazgaon, all 3 of them are in the green. Taking it away is Garden Reach. Kiranji, I hesitate to ask, but it's my duty to check in your view on Garden Reach. Is the worst over, or is this a dead cat bounce? Your view, even if you don't want to say anything, I'm happy with it.
Okay, so as we also discussed that Garden Reach, we definitely like to enter in this particular stock, but currently it's look like a dead cat bounce. If top prices closes or crosses above 2100, then we can see this rally is okay, or we can enter. But as of now, it looks dead cat bounce. Reason being, the momentum indicator, it is into the extreme oversold territory, number 1. Number 2, if you look at from 1st August, stock price has never give you a single green candle. So it is almost 20 or maybe 15 days a red candle is going on. So it is a mean reversions also sometimes happen. So it's look like an dead cat bounce. So we would not suggest to enter at current market price. If anyone holding this particular stock, they probably hold with the strict stop loss of 1750. If 1750 taken out, then we can expect prices to touch its 100 days moving average, which is somewhere around 1500. So we again reiterate our view. We are not willing to buy at current market price. We will keep strict stop loss if anyone is holding, that is 1750.
Okay, a very quick detour into the markets, 9:20, ladies and gentlemen. Let's very quickly look at what the advanced decline ratio is telling us. It's muted, but definitely in the green. 1500 shares in the green, 600 in the red. So it's an easy 2.5:1, which is 5:2 actually. For every 2 shares that are in the red, there are 5 in the green on the National Stock Exchange. We tracked 19 indices for you. Out of 19, 5 are in the red, and that makes 14 in the green. The small cap index is taking it away, the top gainer 0.3% higher. I also want to look at the Nifty 500 in the green, 23,295, and out of 500 shares, ladies and gentlemen, 324 are in the red. This is looking good for the broader markets, and what I see is a very enthusiastic move on hospital stocks. Very quickly, Kiranji, a view on Narayana Hirdale.
Pardon me, which stocks we are discussing?
Narayan Hirdale, sir.
Narayan Hirdale, okay. Looking at Narayan Hirdale at current market price, the stock price is trading into the consolidation zone only. However, stock price is below its all important moving averages. But if you look at the monthly or a weekly chart, there is a very good support somewhere around 1200 to 1150, and on daily price chart, its momentum indicator below or it is trading into the oversold territory. So one bounce can expect at current market price definitely, but it's a risky bet at current market price. One can go long at current market price, keep strict stop loss below 1150. On immediate level, we are expecting prices to touch 1260, 1270 level, where there is a cluster resistance of its moving average. Once that level crosses, we can expect price target of 1300 plus. So as of now, risk reward ratio is 1:1, but one can go long at current market price for the target of 1270, 1280.
Okay, coming to you, Gaurang, a fairly modest and sensible start to the market. You had just now mentioned about hospital stocks also to be paid equal attention to while looking at pharma. Your favorite pick in this space and what looks good?
Well, so of the three that I mentioned, Apollo, Narayan, and Fortis Healthcare, if I have to, if I have limitation of money, and if I had to pick only one out of the three, then by default, Shell, it's going to be Apollo Hospital. It's it has created wealth over the last year or maybe more, and continues to contribute.
Absolutely. Okay. Apollo Hospitals for you, Kiranji, not only is it a part of the Nifty, but as very rightly Gaurang mentions, an amazing wealth creator. While we are hostage to the market when it comes to prices, but what are the charts telling you for Apollo Hospitals? The numbers for the first quarter were fairly decent. The counter is beyond 6700. What are the charts telling you, sir?
So looking at Apollo Hospital current market price, stock price made its all-time high somewhere around 7,000 in the month of February, and from that level stock price trading into the falling channel. Now recently in July month, we have seen stock price has given a breakout from that falling channel, number one. Number two, stock price was trading below its important moving average, short-term important moving average like 50 and 20. And during July month only, we have seen that stock price given a close above its 20 and 50 days moving average. Now it is trading into the rising channel, and also a big rounding bottom pattern is giving a breakout. So at current market price, one can go long on Apollo Hospital or any dips towards 6600. Again, that is a very good level to accumulate this stock. keep positional stop loss of 6500. If 6500 is keep holding, we can again expect price target of 7000. So risk reward ratio is almost 1:2, 1:3. One can go long at current market price with the stop loss of 6500.
Okay, and to buttress the fact that Gaurang has mentioned that it's been a great wealth creator, ladies and gentlemen, Apollo Hospitals over the last 1 year has appreciated 38%. In the last 5 years, Apollo Hospital each year has given a CAGR of 35%. This has handsomely beaten not only the Sensex but also the BSE Healthcare Index. So please keep in mind that when we talk about quality stocks, we always look at long-term performance as also the short-term uptick that has happened. So 38% in 1 year and 35% each year over the last 5. That's the CAGR. Essentially, if you have the ability to buy a quality stock when it is trading at bad times, that is the key, ladies and gentlemen, to make supernormal wealth in the markets. Now 9:25, the first 10 minutes have lapsed. Nifty is down 12 points. Nifty Bank is down 165 points. But what is in the green? It's the NSE 500 that decides the broader sentiment of the Lal Street. Now 22 points higher. This is also consolidating near record highs. Let's drill down into the broader markets and see what's happening. A digit change, Kiranji, on Muthoot Finance. Needless to say, record high 1905. Ladies and gentlemen, gold prices are at record highs. Muthoot gives gold loans, and with the rise in price, its inventory valuation increases dramatically. Very quickly, Kiranji, Muthoot Finance 1905.
So as you mentioned that Muthoot Finance or even Manappuram Finance, both has at this tailwind. Whenever the gold prices rises, their inventory prices of their is mitigating fairly and very drastically. So sorry. So Muthoot Finance at current market price, definitely one can consider as in breakout level. One can go long at 1900, keep strict stop loss of 1880, and we can expect price target of 1950. With this moment, I would like to also share a view on Muthoot Finance. Manappuram Finance. If you look at the Manappuram Finance, it was into the consolidation zone. Now stock price is giving a breakout from its double bottom pattern, and the risk reward ratio is fairly good comparing to the Muthoot Finance also. So Manappuram Finance trading at 210. One can go long on Manappuram Finance. Keep strict stop loss of 200, and we can expect price target of 230, 240 in upcoming time. So Manappuram and Muthoot both are the good stock to go long.
Let's get Gaurang into the conversation. Long ago, Shakespeare wrote, Gaurang, all that glitters is gold. And for those of us who believe in the power of equities, it's always better to buy a company that finances gold rather than go for the underlying asset. Your view on gold financing companies? Any favorites here?
Well, Shail, so, the irony is that when the duty cut was announced of 6.5% or thereabouts on gold, silver, and maybe 6% on platinum in the budget this time, gold prices corrected from, if I recollect right, gold was trading at about 73 or 74,000 rupees for a tola, that is 10 grams.
Yes.
And on that day, it corrected to about 68,000 rupees, adjusting for that duty cut price. I told everybody to latch on to gold, not physical gold, but gold as an asset class in terms of ETFs or SGBs, gold sovereign bonds, and I still am of that opinion. So amongst the names in terms of gold finance companies, Manappuram is something that we have coverage on, Shail, and we've been maintaining a positive coverage on Manappuram for a long period of time. And I'm quite sure, from the date of the budget, and if you see the prices of gold today, I think gold is risen to 72,000 rupees from that 68,000 rupees. So you can very well calculate the kind of return that you made on gold. And I have always been, you have to look at equities as an asset class. but you don't need to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes.
We have recommended gold as an investment idea also, and depending upon your age and risk profile, I believe that at least 15 to 20% should be allocated towards gold related asset classes, be it physical gold, be it sovereign bonds, or be it gold ETFs.
That's a very sensible advice, and that is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we definitely invite Gaurang once a week, and I hope he decides to come more than once a week. Gold assets in a country like India don't need to be, how should I say, sold. They are bought automatically, and they do phenomenally well. If you want to add a good tadka to that, go for gold financing schemes, and both are top two experts in this space. Look at Mannapuram rather than Muthoot Finance. Remember, a lot of old private sector banks down south are also doing pretty well in gold financing portfolios, in particular Federal Bank and Catholic Syrian Bank, but that's a different conversation. Okay, what is interesting, taking it away is P&B Housing, ladies and gentlemen. The chart needs to be checked as far as prices are concerned. I see 894 on the charts, and that is primarily on account of this block deal that General Atlantic Partners is doing. It's a clean out trade, which essentially means it's exiting the counter, welcoming newer players into the stock. Now the all-time high on this one is 911, which we saw on 25th of Jan. Kiranji, given the background and the volume play today, what are the charts of P&B Housing telling you at 894 now?
So looking at P&B Housing Finance chart, the stock price made its high somewhere around 900 during January month, and from that level, stock price continuously trading into the falling channel. And recently, not even recently, during June month, again stock prices touched at 900 level, but again not sustained and came down. But in both the time, whenever prices made a high of 900 and coming down, at every time stock price made higher lower. So it's a clear-cut ascending triangle pattern forming on the daily price chart, and today the stock price is crossing its resistance level with volume, and volume is very massive because of this block deal also. So at current market price, or any dips towards 870, 880, again a very good level to enter this stock price. So from 870 to 900 is the accumulation zone for the P&B Housing Finance. We can go long. This is the positional trading idea. You can keep a strict stop loss of 820 or 830, and you can expect price target of 980 to 1000 rupees in upcoming time. So definitely one can go long on P&B Housing Finance. A very big ascending triangle pattern is breaking out.
Okay, 932, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just take a detour into the markets because a lot of momentum is now seeping back into defense counters. Okay, it's the top traded one, Mazgaon, at about 908 crores. You see a volume of about 22 and a half lakh shares coming in, 5.5% higher, 43.34. I am not going to take a technical check. I am just marking these stocks. Remember, it could be a dead cat bounce. We don't want you getting into this one and getting stuck at higher levels. Let's wait for a positive weekly close at least to see whether the trend has shut down itself or not. Garden Reach 4.5% higher, 146 crores worth of transactions. Cochin Shipyard 4.5% uptick at 2164. Our top analyst on the fundamental part of the business says de-link the stock price to the underlying business, which is very good, and our technical top man says wait. So we will wait. What else is moving in terms of volume buzzers apart from these three? Okay, there is a company called Capi Global. This is also an NBFC, 9% higher, 223. Now 9% higher, 223 is after a 5:1 stock split which became effective earlier this year. What are the charts telling you here, Kiranji? This is also a very high beta counter.
Capri Gold, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Capri Global. Yes.
So looking
it's
at Capri,
global, not gold.
Okay, sorry. Capri Global Capital, if we look at the daily price chart, the stock price were trading into the falling channel and it has a very much cluster resistance of its all important moving average. Now today's price action suggesting the breakout from the falling channel number one, and stock price also giving crossover above its all important moving averages with volume. So anyone is holding this particular stock, they can hold. If any new buyer is coming at current market price, they can also buy. The stop loss is somewhere around 205. If 205 is holding, then we can expect this Capri Global to touch somewhere around 250 to 260 level in upcoming time. So risk reward ratio is 1:1 kind of, but one can go long at current market price on Capri Global.
Okay, Gaurang, before we let you go, it would be my duty to ask you your view on the most recently listed stock, which is Ola Electric. Let us see the price on the screen and then get your view in the stock has doubled since its very modest listing, and I had the pleasure of speaking to the promoter yesterday. 138. What are the charts telling you, sir? My apologies, what is the business telling you, sir?
So Shail, I was wondering how come you not popped this question to me of Ola Electric since we started the show this morning. Well, it's a much talked about.
I kept the best for the last.
With all due respect, I definitely agree with that, Shail. So let me say this, I think it was last week or thereabouts, or maybe on 9th of August that it got listed, if my memory serves me right. 76 was the higher end price band, and via an IPO note we had requested or advised all the investors to subscribe to the issue from a long-term point of view at 76 rupees. After it got listed, Shail, for the first 2 hours, I think it was absolute lackluster kind of movement. But then I think as we neared the closing, we saw some action getting into the counter. After that, we saw two upper circuits of 20%, three rather, upper circuits of 20%. And then after that, 10%, and then a correction, and then today an uptick. At a loss of 1,500 crores on the balance sheet, I think the current valuation looks extremely stretched and very rich. And if I'm not mistaken, I read a report that at current valuation, Ola Electric is expensive than Tesla. New bike that has been launched on 15th of August, I think the deliveries will start next year after Diwali is what I'm given to understand. And there needs to be a lot that needs to be done to bring it break even and profitability. So if you invested in IPO and if you got the stocks, stay invested. Current valuation looks a little bit stretched.
Okay, fair point, and that's a very sensible view to take. Remember, electric vehicles are facing a mild crisis of confidence in India for various problems, not of their own making, but of the infrastructure that surrounds them. There is paucity of charging points, electricity is costly in India, and of course this is also related to a lot of subsidies that the government had earlier given but pulled back some of them. Nevertheless, a fantastic listing on Ola Electric over the last 3 or 4 sessions, and the stock has done extremely well, not only for its initial shareholders but for traders who got in on the first day. But it's time now for a pause. Gaurang, thank you so much, very kind of you to join us in the session today. We'll remember hospital stocks from your side. As far as Apollo is concerned, gold financing schemes, you've listed out Mannapuram. In terms of pharma stocks, you like amongst the frontline Sun, and in the mid-cap space, counters such as Glenmark and Natco, and of course you're very cautious on Ola. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shail. All the best.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, now let's stick to Kiranji. Almost 9:40, sir. That means the first 25 minutes of trade have lapsed. The Nifty is flat on T-1. It faces its weekly expiry tomorrow. Bank Nifty is 0.5% lower. I would not be worried about it at all. Of the 1150 points that it has gained in the last 4 sessions in green, it's given back 280 in the first 20-25 minutes. Kiranji, as good a time as any to check your view. What looks good in the markets so far in the first 20-25 minutes trade? What have you seen?
So what we are looking, that sugar sector looks very good since last couple of days. Sugar sector is doing very good. So even at current market price, or even in this 20 minutes, we are looking that some of the sugar price looks very good. So our sugar is on our radar. At daily price chart yesterday, it has given a breakout from its inverted head and shoulder pattern. Secondly, stock price has given a breakout from ascending triangle pattern also. So our sugar looks very good at current market price, or any dips towards 700 with the accumulation zone. Keep strict stop loss below 680 or 670, and you can wait for the target of 850 in upcoming time. So again, it's a positional bet, but overall sugar sector and out of sugar sector, our sugars looks promising.
Yes, one of those underrated, underappreciated, under-owned and under-talked about stocks is Awadh Sugars, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the market capitalization, it's 1400 crores. The revenue is 2700 crores. So what talk of undervaluation in a normal scene? This is the ratio is normally 1:1. I leave it to your better intelligence what I'm trying to say. Earnings, this is a profitable company. Trailing 12 months, they've come up with a number of 114 crores. And of course, within the sugar space, it's the ethanol theme that is running very strongly. And Awadh Sugars is one of those counters that has done phenomenally well in the last 3 months or so. This is as good a time as any to check out the other stocks within this space. Kothari Sugars is 4% higher. You have Triveni at a record high, 2.4% higher, 461. Awadh Sugar 1% higher. We track about 25 sugar companies for you. Out of 25, ladies and gentlemen, 24 are in the green, and this is, I think, turning out to be a good day for FMCG counters as well. Nestle 2540 in the green. You have a strong move coming into Patanjali Foods 1875 for you. Actually, good block deals happening on Patanjali as we speak. From the diagnostic space, there is no stopping Lal Path Labs 3364 for you. And take it as you can. Real estate space represented by Century Textiles 2433. This is going to be a record high. Kiranji, Century Textiles, what are the charts telling you? This one is a very, very good company from the Aditya Birla stable. Of course, the word textile is now mostly euphemistic because it's a total real estate play. Record high, yes, it's at a record high today, 2412. Worth chasing, or should we stay away?
So definitely one can chase this momentum. Reason being, since June month, stock price into the falling trend number 1. During June month, we have seen stock price made a high of 2400 and then started falling. And in this falling trend, it has a very good support of 2000 level where the 100 days moving average is also lies. And today we are seeing that the prices is shoot up from 2100 to 2400, and today's closing is very much important. If the close is above 2400, then definitely one can chase this counter. So as of now, for during the day, we will wait and watch. If at 3:15, 3 o'clock, we will check again. If stock price is trading about 2400, then definitely one can go as a BTST counter, and even it's considered as a breakout candidate. So buy only above. If 2400 is giving a breakout on closing basis, keep strict stop loss of 2300. And looking at price chart, we can expect price target of 27-2800 in upcoming time, at least 2 to 3 months holding period. If anyone is okay to give, they can go down.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me just mark a couple of points that are now worth taking stock. I'd like to mark Garden Reach in terms of volume. Now almost 203 crores worth of shares have been traded, 3% higher. Please keep an eye out on this one. In terms of volume buzzers, let's look at Capi Global that we've already discussed. Century Textiles has been marked. P&B Housing has been talked about. Scient Limited, which is selling a 14.5% stake in its listed subsidiary Scient DLM, is showing strength. And you obviously have a strong move coming on Masgaon Dock. Remember, this is the top traded counter on the NSE today. In terms of volumes, 5% higher after a very sharp bout of corrective rally, and already 1.2 times the 5-day average has happened in the first half an hour of trade. Taking it away, Steel Authority. Kiranji, you will have to give a technical view on this one. On the cash markets, 134.5, about 1% higher.
So looking at SAIL, before that, I want to highlight entire metal sector. Now metal sector is showing us the strength, and it is at the reversal level of its previous breakout level. So we are seeing multiple stock like SAIL, Tata Steel, JSW Steel giving very good rally or very good reversal sign. Now coming to the SAIL, stock price were into the oversold territory. Now is coming out of that. Number one. Number two, stock price also trading below its 200 days moving average. Since last 2 days, stock price is sustaining above its 200 days moving average. Number three, recently stock price made a bullish Harami reversal candlesticks pattern on daily price chart. So multiple reason to go long SAIL at current market price. Keep strict stop loss of 125. If 125 is holding, then we can expect price target of 150 in upcoming time. So definitely SAIL can go long at current market price.
Okay, let me just take a detour into the market in terms of the broader thrust. 1500 shares in the green, 714 in the red. It's an easy 2:1 favoring the bulls. Out of the 19 indices that we track, about 10 of them are in the green, led by the Nifty small cap 100 index, about a percentage point higher. The Pharma index is up 0.6%, and the FMCG index is 0.5% higher. Let's get into the top gainers within the small cap index. It is giving us an idea to look into outperformers, and I'll mark Century Textiles, which we have. Let me just give you another view into the small cap index. Okay, out of 100 shares, ladies and gentlemen, 64 plus 4, 68 plus 2, 70. 70 are in the green. There are two stocks showing more than 5 percentage point gains. We've discussed both of them. Century Textiles 12% higher, P&B 6.5% higher. Also in the green with strength are Cochin Shipyard. We are sort of staying away from that stock in terms of technical charts. Angel Broking 3.8% higher, Castrol and Chumble Fertilizers. What is on the losers side? The top losers is Triveni Turbine. We will not be bothered at all. Record high, the stock is giving back some of its gains, 2 percentage points lower. How about the Nifty midcap 100 index? Three stocks that are up between 3 and 5%. Masgaon and Patanjali, we marked both. What is the advanced decline ratio here? 67:33. That's favoring the bulls, 2:1. What's the top loser here? Sona Comstar. This is a auto ancillary company, nothing to be worried about, 2 percentage points lower. Okay, Chumble Fertilizers. Kiranji, this is a stock that you've highlighted many times, 3.7% higher at 514. What are the charts of Chumble Fertilizer telling you?
So first of all, thank you that you have remembered Chumble Fertilizer. We have highlighted somewhere around 300 level when the budget and election supposed to come, and even a monsoon theory we have discussed. And from that level, stock price made its all-time high somewhere around 600. And during that high, we have seen that stock price trading into the falling channel. Now again, this stock price is getting momentum. Stock price has a bullish divergence on daily price chart at current market price. One can go long, keep strict stop loss of 500, and we can expect price target of 560, 570 in upcoming time. So definitely one can go long on Chumble Fertilizer.
Okay, Kiranji, you'll be surprised how much I remember about stocks that you speak about. Would you remember Concord Biotech?
Concord?
Concord Biotech, you had highlighted it at about 1300 rupees.
Correct. Concord Biotech. So that particular time we discussed about our this IPO strategy, which I again want to highlight. So we generally buy whenever the new IPO crosses is weekly high, and we have seen this strategy is working fairly good. So at 1300 level, Concord has given a breakout of that particular based on that strategy, and from that level now it is trading at 1600. So once again, thank you, sir, that you remember those stock calls.
Kiranji, it is my duty to remember all good quality stocks that are highlighted both by our technical and fundamental friends. Once you visit our place in Delhi, I will show you a small diary that I maintain of all sensible trades given by our guests. We track them electronically on a lot of software, as also physically with a simple pen and copy. I welcome you to Delhi one day. Maybe you can have a look at them. With that, ladies and gentlemen, Kiranji, thank you so much for your time. As always, we'll keep Mannapuram in mind from your side as far as the financing companies are concerned for gold, and of course a very strong view on Chumble Fertilizers. Thank you so much, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap the market. The Nifty is back in the green, 11 points higher, 24,709. Let's hope today's close is above 24,709. That will do two things. One, it will put the gap down that we see. I'll request the PCR to fire a long-term Nifty chart, please. We'll see the gap between August 2nd and August 5th as being filled. That's a very, very positive step for bulls. A close above 24,700 will also help bulls to climb or at least make an effort to sort of get past the previous record high of 25,100, and we still have about a week left in the final FNO expiry of August. Let's hope this works out well. Today there is a very, very strong up move coming in beaten down and profit booked defense counters. They are doing extremely well on both the charts on an intraday basis as also volume. Whether it's a dead cat bounce or active buying, only time will tell. We hold that judgment in abeyance, but a very, very strong show from the defense space. PSUs, sugar as well as metals are three sectors that are ticking in the green, and there is mild profit booking that's happening on the realty space, a bit of the PSU banking space, and of course the IT and the financial services space. Nothing to be worried about. The advanced decline in the broader markets favors bulls in the ratio of 2:1. Stick around on Business Today Television, ladies and gentlemen. There is more news in the offing, and I'll be joining back at 2:30 p.m. for the wrap up 1 hour of trade on the Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
So when you have the rock star of India's new economy ecosystem with you, you will definitely have to brace for a very interesting session. And the interesting thing which Ayush and I were discussing